Hi everyone, welcome to Thunder Lane and Gaming. It's been a grip. I was here Wednesday, but that was like,
That was
we're
the warm up.
we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call it a warm up. You notice it took me. I went live
went
a half
over.
hour late.
I didn't notice that. I saw you go over time, and I was like, wow, he's really into it tonight.
Yeah, I went over time because I started late because the computer was not acting normal. Today it's working fine. But Wednesday it was not didn't want to go live.
Weird.
The computer. But yes,
But
welcome
we're
to the
here.
stream. Welcome to our video game podcast. For those of you who don't know, the reason we took a week off is because I went to PAX East, and I know what you're thinking, but PAX East is 4 days. Not for me, because I was working it. I was an exhibitor for the first time ever at PAX East. And that was a that was a lot. If you want to hear my entire experience about that, just wait. Or if you're watching on YouTube,
Just sit and listen. Hello, Kelsey.
it was uploaded 4 days ago. Hello, welcome on in.
Thanks for hanging out.
But yeah, so this podcast starts with me.
Yeah. How was your week in gaming, Thunder?
Okay, so I have quite a few games actually that I want to talk about, all of them briefly. So real quick, I beat Final Fantasy IX finally. If you want to hear more about that, watch us play Kingdom Hearts, because I realized that I've been talking about that exclusively during our Chain of Memories playthrough. But I beat it. I give it a thumbs up.
Nice.
The PlayStation Plus free games this month.
Oh, it's
Hello.
Hypno.
You just went live. I'm currently playing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, dude. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome on in. Everyone go follow Hypno Crown.
Yeah.
Which is not the account he's using to speak with us,
'Cause
but
he's live.
because he's live right now. Yeah. I think you can be live and be in someone else's chat. I don't know though. PlayStation Plus this month. People seem to disagree with me, but I think all three games are good ones for once, and I played them all, and I have a mini review of all of them.
Oh, sick.
From worst to best. The first one is Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. You and I saw this game a few times at a few different E3s. It was one of those games that was just sort of like destined to fail because it was made by nobody and it looks like nothing. But it was okay. It's PvPvE, which was kind of odd. Matches are really slow. Didn't love it, but I also I got it. I was like, I could see someone liking this. The second game is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. What a great game. I'm getting to the really hard part of the game.
Now, right?
Yes, yeah.
I got to get that.
Yeah, if you have PS Plus, totally free. And it's an easy platinum. I obviously haven't done it yet because I'm not done with it, but yeah, just a fun time in general. The other game, the best one in my opinion, is called Slay the Spire.
Oh.
It is a roguelike indie card game that I've had in my radar for a while. I just haven't pulled the plug, and what better time than when it costs $0.00.
Right.
So I've been playing the fuck out of it.
Nice.
The way it works is you pick a class, and then that class has a deck. It's the same deck each time, and then every time you beat an encounter room, a room that has an encounter in it, you get one new card to add to your deck, but you pick from 3. And your deck has an infinite, you can have as many cards as you want. And that's basically it. That's the whole game. You just go from room to room. Some of the rooms are like story rooms where it's like, you found a thing. What do you do?
Yeah.
Most of them are fighting.
So D&D.
I haven't been able to beat it yet. I got to the very end of floor 3 twice. I was like, fuck it. I have to know how many floors this game is. It's only 3 floors.
Oh.
So I've gotten close, and frustratingly enough, and this is odd because this was consistent because I was playing it on PlayStation, and then I was streaming. I was getting bored of Fable, so I was like, you know what? Let me see if Slay the Spire is on Game Pass. It totally was. Downloaded it, played it on stream. I got exactly as far as I got the first time I played, so I'm wondering if that's like sort of planned, sort of scripted in some way. But yeah, that's very fun. And then I recently, because I finished... hello, Stuck It.
Yeah.
Work, sorry, I read words that weren't there. Work is sucking, but I've got 2 hours left.
You can do it.
You can do it. I believe in you. You work really hard.
Yeah, you do. I'm
The
also
end.
getting confirmations on our bridal shower. That has nothing to do
Oh,
with
good.
yeah.
I mean, that's good. Um,
Sorry, if I'm looking at my phone.
Oh, no,
that's
no worries.
What that was, but.
Because I finished Final Fantasy IX, I've been playing Persona 4. I've played Persona 5 a lot. I played it through myself. I'm playing through it now very slowly with Kelsey. I'm playing the remake. But Persona 4 Golden is one of those games that's kind of hard to track down. So Persona 4 is a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah.
But Golden is also a PlayStation 2 game, but it's Japan exclusive, except it came out on the Vita, that like shitty, no one liked it, weird mobile portable PlayStation that they made a couple years ago.
So not the PSP?
The one after the PSP that literally no one bought.
Another one. Yeah, I didn't know.
It came out on that, and I was legitimately, back when I had a ton of money to waste, I was legitimately considering buying one just so I could play this video game. Like the week after I was like, maybe I'll do it, they announced it was coming to Steam. So I waited for it to go on sale, bought it on Steam, playing it now. It's good. I like it. It's doing some stuff that I wish Persona 5 did, and it's doing some stuff that I'm like, oh, man, Persona 5 did this way better. But it's good. The big game, though,
yes.
while I was at PAX East.
Yeah, so give us the lowdown.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the game, but like just from what you saw. I know you were working, and we'll probably get more into the background and all that stuff of PAX and Thunder's PAX experience on the pop culture. Or I'm sorry, that's not the podcast. The regular podcast, which we'll be filming or streaming. Sorry, right after this. But Thunder's gonna tell us all the gaming news and all that he got from PAX and the video game that he was into on this podcast.
Yeah, so this PAX was very small. It's also not the biggest year for games right now. We're kind of in a calm before the storm, before the events that would take place when E3 is going to happen. Sort of the only one that's really having some like constant really big releases are Nintendo for once. But also, if you'll remember, the last couple of years, there was a huge debilitating worldwide disease.
Oh.
And this
I somewhat recall.
So I have a comparison shot. So if I can just switch over to this screen real quick. This is what PAX East 2018, 2019 looked like. Very big, very crowded.
Yeah.
This
looks like Comic-Con.
This is what PAX East 2022 looked like. Do you see that huge fucking booth?
Yeah.
That's Intel Gaming. There's no Nintendo, no Sony, no Microsoft, no Ubisoft, no Blizzard, but for a different reason at this convention. So Intel said, fuck it. Oh, and for reference, that little tiny one, but the one that's tiny but not super tiny, I'll zoom in a little. This one, that little one right next to Intel, that's me. That's Sanchi. That's the one I worked for. There wasn't really much. There was a couple different moments where my boss was like, break time, and I was like, I think I'm just good to keep, because we were supposed to have, like, as he described them, we were supposed to have like fun breaks where we could like go do PAX East.
He just opted not to.
I on one of my fun breaks, I literally took a nap in the tabletop gaming section because I was so tired. I really needed that nap.
I forget tabletop gaming is a part of PAX.
Yeah, tabletop.
I feel like I'd really enjoy that aspect.
Tabletop gaming flourished at this one, believe it or not. But there was one game that I was like, boss, whose name I will not reveal. If there's one thing I got to do at this PAX East, I got to play the new Ninja Turtles game. And I did play it, and holy mother of God. You know how you sentimented in a past podcast, a recent podcast, that your like hype goggles for things being released is just Obi-Wan, and that's sort of all you care about. That's me with this Ninja Turtles game after playing it. So it's a beat 'em up. It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time Shredder's Revenge. I'm sure you've seen a trailer or two for it.
So is it a sequel to Turtles in Time?
No, it's sort of just like so it's a .emu game. I think they're pronounced .mu, but I always call them .emu for some reason. It's a .mu game. I really think it's just supposed to be like an homage. It's supposed to be like, remember how Ninja Turtles were the best beat-em-ups for a while?
Yeah.
Well, they're back, and they're going to be the best beat-em-ups again.
Okay.
This might be the the best feeling beat 'em up I've ever played.
Really?
I think you're really gonna like this game. So there's 6 playable characters. It's Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo, April, and Splinter, which I was
Really?
yeah.
Why not
Casey.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. I don't know. I didn't get to try Splinter.
No offense to April, but like she's not a fighter.
Right.
If there's an RPG Turtles game, like she could be a different class, but like if you're going to do a beat 'em up, use the fighting characters.
Right.
There's at least a female turtle too.
Mm.
Throw her in there. Nothing
Well,
against April, but
it's funny you bring up Juniper Lee or whatever her name is, Venus Tamilo, that's her name.
yeah.
Because
What a 90s name.
Because she's from the live action series. This show is specifically meant to be based on the 80s cartoon, the original run
no kidding.
of Ninja Turtles, and in fact announced just one day before PAX East, April 20th, they announced that the original voice actors of the 4 Ninja Turtles are reprising their roles for this game. I clicked on Raph, and I heard the unmistakable voice of legendary voice actor Rob Paulson, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So the demo was 2 full levels. I was playing the first level mostly by myself, and then 3 people I didn't know came up and were like, "Hey, can we join?" I was like, "Yeah, go for it." We all took a turtle. So I don't know how April or Splinter plays. I saw some April gameplay. I'm definitely looking forward to checking her out. The game starts the exact same way as Turtles in Time.
Really?
April and the Turtles see on the news that Super Krang steals the Statue of Liberty, and that's how the game starts. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great. So I really liked this. There was a little display that said the controls on it.
Yeah.
But they weren't all there. There is a dash in that game. There's a double jump. The double jump uses meter, which I thought was an interesting way to delineate meter. If you want to use a super move, it's a full thing of meter. But there's also jump attacks. There's dash attacks. There's like back attacks. Wrath had like a suplex type thing.
Yeah.
So there was a lot that the like little info card wasn't telling me, which I kind of liked. It kind of reminded me of playing in the arcade, where it's like, here's some moves, but we're not going to play.
Well, I've been waiting. I comparatively, is it anything like the new TMNT arcade game that you and I played up at Fun Spot?
Oh, the one that's based off the 2012 cartoon? No, it's way fucking better.
That's awesome.
It's a 16-bit game, right?
Really?
So, yeah. So it's meant to look like the old Ninja Turtles games, and it's meant to feel and sound like the old Ninja Turtles games, but they're doing some like modern day beat 'em up things that I think is going to really bring this game to the next level. So like there's an arcade mode where essentially you get through the game on 1 credit.
Yeah.
But then there's also a story mode. There's going to be a world map like Scott Pilgrim.
Well, it's funny, so this game's going to have some real Scott Pilgrim vibes.
Except it's not going to be bullshit difficult.
Right.
It looks like there's not going to be like leveling up and like character progression, but it seems like there is going to be like, do you want to play a classic arcade experience, or do you want to play story mode where if you die you just start at the beginning of this level?
Yeah.
So it seems really cool. I just wish we could get a release date. The release date is still 2022.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
That is
that game,
this year.
That is this year. So fingers crossed. We're looking at summer 2022.
What systems is that?
Everything. It's gonna be on Switch, Series X, PS5, Steam. It's gonna be on everything.
Cool.
Something cool that happened surrounding the events of me playing this game. So there's a YouTube channel called Game Explain, and they do video game news. They always have. Their Game Explain had kind of a rough last couple years where literally all of their employees except the founding member quit, and they were like, we have problems with him, we're going to do our own thing. All the other people formed a new news YouTube channel called Good Vibe Gaming. So one of the members of Good Vibe Gaming, his name is Ash Paulson. I've sort of just been following this dude for the last couple years, 6 or 7 years. Not really like, oh, I'm a huge Ash Paulson fan, but like he's been part of this like news network that I've been looking at. And I was watching his hands-on like discussion about Ninja Turtles because he was also at PAX East. And he said, blah, 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 my dad is in the game. I was like, what? Ash Paulson is the real-life son of Rob
crazy.
Paulson. And I did not know that this whole time. I was like, is he having a laugh? And I looked it up. I was like, no, it's really... Look, there's him standing with Rob Paulson in a tweet from him that says, this is my dad. And I was like, that's crazy. Yes, your dad is in this game. Yes, that's great. But yeah, I obviously played Raph. The super moves, I will say this. The super moves were very reminiscent of
the new one, right?
The new one, yeah.
Because I think that's the only TMNT game that has super moves.
Turtles in Time didn't have screen clears, did it?
You can swing bad guys if you. I still don't know how. I can do it.
Right.
I don't know.
No,
what
but there's no
buttons.
classic beat 'em up like press a button,
No.
electricity,
Well,
everyone on the
there's,
screen is dead.
There's like a pizza box with the old timey bomb on it, and if you walk over it, you swing around. Like that's the closest.
Yeah, so there was some cool. So there was obviously health pickups.
Yeah.
But there was also like, and it was funny. It was just literally like a bigger box of pizza, like a party-sized box of pizza. And what that one did is it healed you, but it also healed someone else as well.
That's cool.
And there was
That's
also there was a pizza that made us like super powered, and essentially what that did is it gave us infinite meter, so you could still get hit and you could still take damage, but use a super move as many times as you want, double jump to your heart's content. And when one person got that, all four of us. I don't know if that's a demo thing, but when one of them got it, all four of us got it. So that was pretty cool. There was like a screen where there was like just fucking way too many enemies, but they anticipate your whole team being powered up.
Yeah.
And also, I will say this game is very easy, but
Okay.
they said that because there was a difficulty selection and I picked normal. Game was super easy. They did say it ramps up.
Oh,
I was playing level 1 and 2 of how many levels I don't know. If I had my druthers, it'd be infinity levels because this game is so fucking fun. Yeah, I can't wait for this
So
game.
something we'll definitely be doing on the channel.
Oh my god, I'm gonna play with you. I'm gonna play it on this channel. I'm gonna speed run it. I'm gonna buy it on 3 different consoles. I'm gonna do everything there is to do on this fucking video game.
You gonna have Rob Paulson sign it if he comes?
I'm gonna. Oh my god, Rob Paulson's gonna be at Comic-Con, yeah?
No,
Or no.
no.
Oh no,
that's not
right.
a confirmation. I'm just saying if he is. If he is.
That's what it's got to be, right?
That's why he's there, right? If he was to show up, that'd be why he's there, and that's what you got to get. Absolutely. Next, I do want to talk about Comic-Con, but we're gonna wait till the regular podcast,
Yeah.
which will happen right after this.
Yeah.
If you're watching on Twitch, so stay tuned for that. But that game sounds super fun.
No, dude, and maybe this is due in part to the fact that PAX was like pretty empty as far as companies showing off their shit. I don't even think Square Enix was there, honestly.
Well, that's something I wanted to talk about too. While we're on the topic of PAX, I know the community would be very butthurt if there was no PAX again, and I get it. And I mean, whoever went and you had fun, I'm super glad you did and you enjoyed it. But like, if the 3 big companies aren't showing up, why? Why would like?
Well,
I guess they downsized it, right? So they expected not as many people.
Well, that's the funny part. They downsized it, sure. It was still the same like room space. So
that must have been a little awkward.
It felt a little empty. If you remember the map I showed you, our booth was next to Intel and everything was over here, and then to the left of us was just sort of a void of negative space where a bunch of people were taking pictures, and then you got to the tabletop gaming section.
Wait, so it was split up?
Yeah, because there's giant poles in the middle of BCEC.
Yeah.
So where the poles were, there was sort of just no con. So
that's weird.
There was enough room to do a snow angel if I really wanted to.
I'm kind of glad I didn't go this year because I've never been to PAX personally.
Oh, this would have been a terrible first PAX.
Yeah, I feel like next year would be the year to do it.
I mean, assuming that the big 3 show up, or at least fucking one of them. I'm surprised Microsoft didn't go. To be quite honest, I understand why Nintendo and Sony didn't, but like Microsoft is like from here. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird experience. But maybe the fact that there wasn't much to do in terms of playing unreleased video games, but like it's not often that I get done playing a video game at PAX and I'm like, if I wasn't working, if I didn't have a job I had to get back to, I would wait in line again.
That's cool.
I can't sing its praises enough. I hope it does good. I hope people like it.
I think it will. I mean, how do you not want a new retro TMNT video game?
The people who were making this game .mu, they also made Streets of Rage 4, which is another modern beat 'em up, which is on Game Pass. So I actually played it this week to see what's up, and I like Streets of Rage 4 not as much as this Turtles game. There was a lot when I was playing Streets of Rage 4 where I was like, yeah, they fixed this in Turtles. Yeah, this was better in Turtles. Also, it's Ninja Turtles. It's just like it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
No matter what. But the fact that the game is also actually really good is like just what this game needs.
Any art? Did you see what the cover is going to look like or anything like that? I'm just curious if even that's going to be nostalgic of Turtles in time.
Yes, absolutely.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I'm going to be excited. You know what? When it releases, they should just put Turtles in Time, right? Just throw it in there.
Well,
if they're allowed to.
They are doing, I don't think they're allowed to, because they also recently announced a Ninja Turtles beat 'em up pack. Do you remember this? There's going to be 13 retro games in one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's 3 different versions of Turtles in Time, 4 different versions of the NES game.
Right.
Let me show you some of the since we're talking about this so much, let me show you the what the box art's probably going to be and what we're looking at art-wise.
Oh, that's cool.
I never went back over to this, but that's fine because we're looking at retro inspired. And then as far as gameplay is concerned, this is about what we're in for.
Let me see.
Just some really blocky, heavy pixel art, very beautiful.
I dig that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. There's a few trailers. I suggest watching them. And now I'll go back over here. Whoops, sorry about that. I was probably off center for quite a while, but whatever. I don't think people watch me centered. So yeah. Sorry I talked for just so long, but
it's okay.
That was my week in video games. Quite an eventful one. Go support that Turtles game any way you can. Go pre-order it if the pre-orders are open, which I don't think they are. How was your week?
My week was eventful for once.
Nice.
In gaming. I've been playing Chivalry 2 nonstop. And I made a comment. I can't remember what podcast it was on. I'd like to retract it.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. I think I said this is already one of my favorite video games ever.
Okay.
I want to retract that.
Okay.
I think it was a bit too early, too soon. I'm enjoying this video game. It's very hard.
Okay.
I am slowly getting better at it, and I know it's an online game, and some people are just going to be better than me. That's the end of the story.
Well, also you're not playing this at launch week. You're coming in a little
right. No,
yeah.
Everybody, the community's already there.
Right.
And I'm just showing up later. I get it.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. If I in a month's time have not gotten considerably better at this game, I think I'm just going to stop playing. Okay. And it's thank you. And it's at that moment when I'm in a month from now, I'm going to say if I really love this game still or if I don't. I do not like some of the community, some of the people who are playing. You can just tell it's a bunch of people like those dude bros who play COD. Not everybody who plays COD is a dude bro, but right. There's just I was teabagging. This game's called Chivalry.
That's a good point.
One thing I will say, oh my god, there's cool aspects of this community, and there's some really douchey aspects,
some toxic ones.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people who are on there just to disrespect you and be dicks and stuff. There's some people who will just fight their own team because there's team damage in this game.
Okay.
And you have like a wheel of things you can say. One of them is sorry. That gets used a lot because it's hand-to-hand combat. But I literally, there was one time, they get super bloody, and the teams are red and blue. So I'm on blue team. My guy's super bloody, and he's down, and you can like revive them. I'll just and I did that, and he survived.
Oh.
And somebody revived him, and he got up, and he came over and kicked me.
Good.
And he just kept kicking me, and I said I used the sorry, and it's always something different, you know. What
so
he
wait, you
actually
thought
says.
because he was
I thought
bloody,
he
it
was
was
red.
oh, I see.
I thought he was on
I
the red
see.
team, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. And he survived. He came over to me and just started beating the shit out of me, and I said sorry, and he stopped, and he said something back. I didn't hear him.
Right.
Like, he was like, I get it. But
Yeah.
like, fuck you. And like, I get that. But
Do other people have mics that they can
there's
talk?
no mics. Nobody can talk. It's your character can talk.
Yeah.
And there's like I honestly, I kind of prefer
I
that.
think that's the way to go. That's how Splatoon did it because Nintendo refuses to give players live mics.
You can be
because
disrespectful
because
too.
1 years old childs play their video games.
You can laugh at like you can
Right.
be an ass. They still give you the ability to be an asshole, and like all the things they say are super medieval, so it's even better.
Right.
Yeah,
I feel like Splatoon was the first one. They had like a talking wheel. You can say like over here, you know,
yeah.
stuff like
That's,
that.
Yeah, that's essentially what this is. There's like laugh, sorry, thanks, and whenever you heal, you say stuff. My favorite is aw pish.
Good.
But there's a 3-on-3 mode, right?
Okay.
Which is definitely like there's a 1-on-1
Because the main game mode is like 50 on 50, right, or something like that,
It's-
something crazy like
You
that.
can have a total of like 64 players
Oh,
in the
wow.
game. There's all sorts of different modes.
Mm.
The one that I play the most is 64 mixed mode. There's always different objectives to do. Sometimes it's a team deathmatch. Sometimes it's you know you have to storm a castle and stuff like that.
Oh, and you don't get to pick. You don't get to pick
Yeah,
prior
it's
than
random.
loading in. I
It's
see.
random. Then there's 1-on-1, which is nerve-wracking, and a lot of the shitlords play 1-on-1,
Mhm.
I've noticed. But it's not as nerve-wracking as 3-on-3. And the reason it's not as nerve-wracking as 3-on-3 is, like, you're fighting this guy 1-on-1, he totally destroys you. Nobody's there to
Right.
witness this happen. 3-on-3 can be embarrassing.
Oh, I see. 3-on-3 sort of the middle ground of like, well, if I totally beat it in 64 versus 64,
Nobody
one's gonna
noticed. Right.
But if I like get killed right away,
Yeah.
these people are gonna be like, oh, great.
So 3-on-3 is best of 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
So isn't 1-on-1. But when you're dead, you watch the rest of the game. Like if you
when
die,
you say best of 5, you mean like total team kill, start over. That was one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when you die, you watch till the rest of the game ends, and then whoever wins, that's it, and then you start over again. But when you last for 2 seconds and you die, and one guy picks up your head, throws it at the remaining teammate who's alive. It can just be like, oh no.
When he picks up your head and throws it, the camera isn't.
No.
All right.
When you
that
die,
might kill you.
When you die,
if you look
you're
straight
just,
at that.
you could actually move the camera wherever you want. Do whatever you
that's
want.
good. It's like it's reminded me of those old first-person Sonic the Hedgehog
Yeah,
mods.
No. Not that would be
where it's like,
horrifying.
oh yeah, if you want to die instantly, look at that for more than 20 seconds. Play that for more than 20 seconds. Imagine playing that in VR. Sorry. Anyways.
No, it's fine. This game is fun though. You can throw pigs at people.
Nice. Some real Wind Waker
You
energy.
can jump in a trebuchet, and your team could just fling
Oh
you
yeah,
at
that
the
was in
enemy.
the trailer.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
But
that's some cool shit.
one thing I wanted to mention, one kudos to the community, is 3-on-3.
Mhm.
Right? If somebody kills me, right, and now there's 2 of my guys and 3 of them,
Mhm.
he'll just wait. Usually.
Oh really?
They'll just sit there and wait until
Interesting.
one of their teammates die, and then they'll jump in. And they'll sit there and like,
Oh.
I was like, that's classy.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen all the time. And when it doesn't happen, you just disrespect the other team. Just like I just go hard. If somebody
Interesting.
like doesn't wait, I'm like, oh, fine, I'll just fuck you both up at the same time. Fuck you guys.
That's very interesting that it's like it's not a rule, but most people do it.
There's no rule. You could totally. There was one though. There was one. The other team was being dicks, and this one game, it was the three of us versus one of them, and like our guy was just taking forever. I just threw my longsword and killed the guy instantly, and my teammate came over and just started slashing at me. That was a dick move, but I just want to keep playing. It was a dick move on my end, but
I see. I mean, that
I was impressed with my shot. It was literally the other end of the
that's
arena.
pretty cool. But I mean, I don't know. There is something to be said about like I just want to play the game
Yeah,
that I bought.
They were just taking forever. I
Right.
was like, just there's three of us. If you're gonna die, just die, and we'll finish him off.
So wait,
he was one hit away. I threw my sword. He died, and that was
at
it.
your guy?
No. I threw my sword at
Oh, okay.
at the other team. They died. The match was over. But like, there's always like 10 seconds after the match is over for people to do whatever.
Right.
Desecrate a corpse if you want. But my guy was just pissed. He just came over to me and started attacking me, and I was like, well, hurry up. But no, I that's something I wasn't expecting, and I really respect. It's just like it's cool. They'll just respect the fact that like, you know, this is a 3-on-3 and like everybody's gonna fight one person at a time.
The game is called Chivalry.
Yeah.
I can't get over that.
Yeah, well, I think of that every single time I see somebody.
I'm imagining you're getting someone's teabagging you. You just single tear. You have the box in your hand. You're like, it's still called Chivalry.
I think about that anytime somebody's being a shitlord in that game. I'm like, this game is called Chivalry.
That's a petition to have that be one of the word wheel things you can say.
Oh man, the game has a sense of humor though. I really want to play it on this channel, and I feel like it might just be like, I don't know, a Wednesday that you and I are hanging out, and it's like, oh, might as well stay for stream, type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like this game.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought you would. I've known about Chivalry forever. Chivalry 2 is like something crazy like 8 or 9 years after Chivalry 1 came out. But I heard about it. I was like, is it coming to console? And then when I found out it was coming to console, I was like, gotta tell Chris, because I've always thought Chris would be a fan of Chivalry. And I'm glad you are. I'm glad I was right. I'm glad that you know, the E3 trailer was enough to convince you.
Yeah.
And that you're actually liking it.
I am liking it. Like I said, before I say it's one of my favorite games, I want to see if I get better at it. If I just stay stagnantly okay at this game, it's going to get old quick.
Plus the other thing is it's really tough sometimes with games that are fully online like that game. Like that game could be the best game in the goddamn world, but if the community sucks shit, like there's no way around that.
If I can hold my own, that stuff doesn't usually bother me. But right now I'm just in the shit, and like I can't really defend myself because I'm too new at this game. I don't know the controls well enough, so it's just like well, you sucked. You were a dick. You sucked.
Right.
But like if I get better at it and I can hold my own, I could get over that aspect of it. We'll see.
Are you someone who like rages at online games?
Only when we did that Smash documentary. And I have been raging a little bit.
Oh, in preparation.
Oh, yeah. No, not the day of. Not the day of, but in preparation. And I have been raging a bit in this game just because, like, just be respectful.
Yeah.
I know I suck. I'm learning.
But they have to tell you by...
Yeah, no, by
beating the
desecrating
shit out of you
the
and
corpse
then
of my
teabagging-
character.
Yeah, then teabagging your
the customization,
decapitated head.
The customization is really cool in this game. I really dig it.
Like loadout customization?
Well, your character customization.
The way it looks or the way it plays?
The way it looks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can customize every single weapon. You can customize your face, your war paint, your hair, your beard, your
That's cool. That's
eye color, your head shape.
I feel like that's important nowadays, and probably what Battlefront was missing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And is it
Battlefront's tough because there was a customization. No, it would have been cool if you could customize the clone like paint.
right?
job
Yeah,
and
obviously
stuff.
I don't want to customize Rey, but like
Right.
I'll because that's a licensed character.
Yeah,
but
no,
like
but customize a droid or a
or a
clone.
stormtrooper.
That would have been cool.
What was I? Oh, here's a question about Chivalry 2 that I've always wondered: how microtransaction-y is it? Like,
There's-
if I
there
wanted to
is
spend
stuff-
money,
There's in-game currency, and I've. It looks like I can buy most of the things through that.
okay,
And then it seems like there's downloadable content
okay,
that it seems like it's one purchase. If I want to get everything in Chivalry, I just pay
oh,
for it.
okay,
I don't know though. I don't know because I you know me, I never get into that stuff.
right.
But it doesn't seem that bad. I'm enjoying the game thoroughly, and I feel
And you
like I'm getting
haven't-
the same experience everybody else is.
Right, and you haven't made a microtransaction
No.
yet. Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool. No, I like that because that was a big problem in Battlefront 2, right? That was
Yeah.
the one where it was like,
No, that was ridiculous. There's like straight up characters you can't play in
Right.
levels you can't play.
and unless you shell out real money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this game, I mean, as far as I know, I could be totally blind to the fact that there's like 14 stages I've never played
Mm.
because I don't own them. But I feel like I'm getting the same experience everybody else is, and
Right.
I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, the moment everybody's been waiting for. Time for some gaming news.
Is this the moment everyone's been waiting for?
I don't know. We
I don't know.
hyped
either.
up PAX so much. I feel like we did talk a lot about PAX.
Yeah. No, PAX was great. It was just not great for the reasons it's usually great because I was an exhibitor and not a participant, and also there wasn't many games to play, but I had a fun time. So if you want to hear more about PAX, just wait. Or go find our last podcast if you're listening to this on YouTube. Okay, so I was debating whether this was news for this podcast or not, but fuck it. The Super Mario Brothers film has been
Yes.
delayed
Oh no.
until spring of 2023. So not too much. Probably just to polish some.
Throw Charles in there.
Probably just to re-record the whole. No, probably just polish some CGI stuff like that. This kind of tracks with Nintendo's philosophy for game making, where like, where's Breath of the Wild 2? And it's like, well, shut up. We're still making it.
Right.
But on the other hand, God of War Ragnarok has been conspicuously not delayed. We got an update from, I don't think it was Cory Barlog. I think it was someone like right below him, but someone working on the game said that God of War Ragnarok is still on track to be released this year.
That's cool.
So it is yet to be delayed, like most people, myself included, assumed it would be, which is awesome. I would love to roll up winter 2022 and play that game because I'm looking forward to it a lot. But it's hard to look forward to it when you're just anticipating a delay, you know? So
Right,
this is a really
right.
good, it's a weird bit of news, but like it comes like,
It's no news.
right.
Which
It's
is- yeah.
basically no news, which is sort of the best case scenario
right.
for God of War news right now.
Right.
I'd rather no news than the news of you have to wait until February.
I hear that.
It's been a while. Couldn't remember.
It's been a while.
Couldn't remember if we talked about this on last podcast or not. So if we did, stop me. Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer
Yes.
dropped. We did talk
Yes.
about it.
Well, the release came with the trailer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay, then never mind. Return.
And if we didn't, Pauline will remind us immediately.
Yeah, because I'll talk a bit about Kingdom Hearts 4. I did a trailer breakdown for it if you want to go see that. That's on our channel. Return to
Oberdin.
Return to Monkey Island was announced. The Monkey Island games are sort of the like preeminent point and clicks of the 90s, because obviously the grandfather of all point and clicks was King's Quest, which is more of an 80s thing. Those games are great. Monkey Island sort of was like more tongue-in-cheek. It was more like cartoony. I believe some parts of it are literally hand-drawn. But they're making a new one. And the new one is interesting because the new one returns to 2D. The first three were 2D, and then the fourth one was a PS2 game, which had 3D graphics but kept the point and click, gameplay. This one seems like a return to form. Also, not many people liked the fourth one. I did, but it's the only one I've ever played, so don't hold my opinion to any sort of standard. But they're making a new one, and that's going to be, I believe I heard, summer this year. So it seems like it's like they kind of like finished it and then announced it, which is always cool. There's some buzz about PlayStation and Sony. It seems like they're gearing up to make a few purchases.
I knew we were in for this. I knew they weren't done.
So,
hit me.
Sony, I can only imagine in response to Microsoft buying Blizzard and all these companies, these are just rumors.
I think that's part of the reason nobody was there. Is everybody's about to be
Everyone's in court trying to make sure, I don't know. Everyone's about to either buy or be bought.
Yeah.
So it seems like Sony is gearing up to purchase Kojima Productions and From Software. So Kojima Productions is Hideo Kojima's production company. Famously, he made Metal Gear, all the Metal Gear games, was fired from Konami, had to stop making Silent Hills, made his own production company. That's where we got Death Stranding from, the game with Norman Reedus in it. So that company is new and only has one game, but like it's Hideo Kojima's company, so like they're gonna make more games and they're gonna be really good. From Software made Elden Ring and Dark Souls and all those games.
Ooh, okay.
So
why did I think that was already bought by Microsoft?
Because a lot of
they bought Skyrim, Microsoft, right?
Yes, Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Yes, that's why I thought.
There's been a couple Dark Souls games that are like Bloodborne. Famously, is still PS4 exclusive. It's not even on. It's not even on Windows. It's not even on Steam.
Wow.
So that would be a big get, especially with the year that Elden Ring has had.
Yeah.
I mean, the years From Software has had with Elden Ring. But like I said, these are just rumors.
Still doesn't blow me away the way Microsoft did, but that would be a good get for Sony.
That would be two really good gets. That would make for a nice graphic, So
man,
the big announcement, in my opinion, Microsoft has announced that regardless of what is happening or not happening with E3, the Xbox and Bethesda showcase is still happening June 12th, when it was supposed to happen during E3. And I love that they call it the Microsoft and Bethesda showcase. Yeah. That's Microsoft having more respect for Bethesda than they have for themselves. Bethesda, famously the really bad one with the guy freaking out about how they put dragons in the Dragon game. But also the press conference where we got Ikumi Nakamura. Anyways, that's still happening. And I'm excited for it. It seems like our predictions were correct. Even though E3 is officially canceled, there's still going to be like E3 weekend that we can stream, and
that's the future of it. Do you think E3 is going to get broken up into these different companies just making their announcements at the same time?
I don't know, because like the people E3 was very much open about like, we're canceling this one, but that's because E3 2023 is going to be huge. In person, online, the whole how it's supposed to be.
Even still, though, even if it's not there, even if that wasn't anybody's intent, sometimes that's just the way things go.
Right.
Even if it wasn't the downfall of E3 wasn't planned, if like the reason they canceled wasn't because the E3 didn't want to be E3 anymore. Like,
well, I mean, you already got EA that hasn't done E3 in quite a few years.
Yeah.
You got Sony that's dropped out of E3 the past 2 or 3 years. You got Nintendo that hasn't done a live in-person press conference since like 2013, but they still always have a presence at E3. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be a huge fan of it, but as what I said last time still rings true. As long as there's like E3 season, as long as there's still like one extended weekend where I get to see a bunch of video game announcements and I get to sit down for an hour to an hour and a half at a time, and like today is Ubisoft and then it's Capcom, and then that's what I like from E3, and I don't think that's gonna go away.
That's what I'm saying is I feel like it'll stop being called E3, but it'll probably still happen. It might be a bit more spread out. would be my prediction.
Because we have to consider the fact that E3 isn't just video game announcements. E3 is also a trade showcase. A lot of people go to E3 essentially to peddle their game design. Like, hi, I'm an indie game developer. Do you want to develop this game? Here's a 15-minute pitch I have for my game. So it's not just for us, you know?
Right.
So I think that the people who make E3 are struggling to be like, well, we can't just fucking cancel it for good because of all this stuff. But at the same time, like, we could cancel it for now and see what we want to do. And, like, I'm sure this is the mentality that they had when they were canceling E3 2022, which is, like, Microsoft and Nintendo and all them, they'll do their own thing anyways.
Right.
And clearly Microsoft has planned their E3 2022 press conference for a while now because they already have a date locked down, and what do you know, it's June 12th, the week that E3 was supposed to be.
Well, that actually scares me a bit. I never knew that aspect of E3. I hope these indie game developers get their time in the spotlight where they can still present even if E3 does fall.
No, E3 has a couple different, like, duties that it covers, you know? And honestly, the video game announcements, as much as I hate to admit it, is kind of the least important part of it.
Yeah.
It's just the part that's televised and the part that I get to and you get to fucking also experience.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a rough conversation to have because there's a lot of people who are like, why isn't E3 just canceled? And it's like, well, there's a lot of E3. There's a lot to E3.
Yeah.
E3's not just canceled because you just can't cancel E3 without being like, okay, so instead of E3, we're going to do this. And I think that's what this year off is going to be. I think come, like, February next year, we're either going to get, that's right, E3 is back, baby, and it's better than ever, or we're going to get, like, hey, we know what we said, we're scaling back, though, and here's what's actually going to happen with E3. And I honestly don't know which one I prefer. I don't know which one is going to happen. I have no predictions about that. But I would take their, like, E3 2023 is going to be popping and it's going to be in real life and it's going to be back to its old self. I would take that with a slight grain of salt. I feel like that is the best possible scenario, but I feel like a more realistic mentality is like, let's just wait and see what happens.
Sure. I hear that. Was the last real E3 the one with that dude?
No, the last
like in person.
Yes, the last
Awesome.
actual, like, as E3 has always been, was the one.
Wouldn't that be great if that's how E3 got to go out? Is that guy flipping out
not on a bang or a whimper, but a yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I think we could make a game if we wanted to. We don't have to if you didn't want to. We anticipated a lot of PAX news, which we did get from Thunder. We weren't planning to make a game. I don't know. It's up to you. I feel like we have time.
I think we might want to skip it just because, like, I had a very busy week. You had a. I mean, it's been probably, I think, 2 whole weeks since we talked. So
yeah, it's been.
Is that the second time you've done that? It is, right?
No, I did a different one. I did. It's been a while.
Oh, that's right.
And that was it.
It's the same thing. It's the same words. It's been
minus a war.
No, I know. It's just that's funny that I was like sort of right, but not really. Yeah. So I think that's gonna do it for us. For the video game podcast, stick around because there's plenty more discussions to come. But if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you would like to watch this live. We are live every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Fridays when we do the podcasts, and typically every other Friday.
5 EST.
Yes, thank you. 5 EST for all those dates. Typically every other Fridays when we do the video game podcast. So, there's that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And until next time, I've been Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
And we'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.